Hey, what's up guys, Griggzy here, and of course this is another episode of my Redstone tutorials. And in today's episode we are going to be focusing on the opposite to this guy, and that is the right shift. Now again, like last time, we're doing the exact same design, exact same pattern, doing the exact same things, and essentially we're just kind of repeating the exact same process and just doing this, but these torches are in a different place. And there's one thing that I should note: there's a slight change that you can have in your left and right shift if you want it. Now, you know, in last episode I said you can cancel out this bit here. Well, that was just to make things simple for you, just for me to kind of say everything can go to the left or whatnot. But really, you could take this down just like this, but instead of kind of cancelling it out, you could take it all the way to the other side and put it in as this digit here. So then, for example, if you put our very last bit in, instead, if you tried shifting it to the left, it would go to the left, but instead go to the start again. So you could, in theory, make left shift go over and then over, and then start again. Now you don't have to do that, and I probably won't do it because it wouldn't be the accurate thing to do in terms of actual computer science. But in terms of human logic, you could go ahead and do that if you wanted. The only slight change that you'd have to make is switch round these, the crisscrosses. So this one would be double repeater, this one would be single repeater, this one would be double, and make sure that you have your torch, well, let me show you, like that, over a piece of dust. So it would take quite a bit of changing to do on some people's computers, like mine for example. I'd have to change this to a dust and swap all of the pattern round, and well, or if I didn't want to do that, I'd have to move all of this thing to the left by one and all sorts of stuff like that. So that's the reason why I'm not doing it, because it would just cause problems. But I thought I would quickly mention it, seeing as it is a possible thing that you could do. Now we do need to pick a place for right shift to go, and kind of along here would be a nice place, like that. But then again, your computer should be slightly different to mine, so go ahead and put it in anywhere that you can see that there's a space. So in theory, you could kind of wedge it in here, like this. Now, because this is the complete opposite to our left shift here, you won't be wanting to cancel out this one, you want to be cancelling out this one. So for example, I would have a torch here where this one doesn't have a torch here, but I would knock out this one because we don't want to power this line at all. Sorry, I just realised, hold on. I wouldn't have this one, that's what I was trying to say. I'd knock out that one. So you know what, I could do it here, and that would mean they're right next to each other, like that, and it might be quite handy. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do it here. Right, now we do need to think this out though. If we do it here, our torches are going to be coming out of here, like that. Now remember, this is a right shift, so you won't be needing this one. Okay, so I'm just going ahead and building the little triangle. I'm not doing anything that you need to see off of camera. I never ever do anything that you need to see off of camera. But there we go. You could just do it like that, and then we could start our shift itself. So let's quickly plan this out. This one's going to come down from here, like this. And it's going to go along here, and then up and along there. Now because this is this one here, we need this to go to this bit here. So we would have to turn that around, and that is why I made sure that I put this in first. because now we've obviously encountered a problem. So this is why I thought I'd show you. I did see this coming, kind of. Because we only have kind of space for a triangle at this angle, and we can't do a triangle the other angle with the hypotenuse going this way and the right angle up over that side. We can't actually do that because it would involve swapping around all of these bits. So that is this location out of the picture. Now, like I keep saying, this thing doesn't need to be really efficient. So it doesn't actually matter if you build it right over there. It will just take a little bit longer to actually work. Okay, so I've picked out this spot on the end here. It would probably be better to do it somewhere else, but there's not much space that we have to work with anywhere. I just kind of flew by over here and saw these signs again. I can get rid of them. But I just looked at all of this here, and it's actually a really good design, and I really like this actually. Anyway, I don't want to go off of topic. I don't have long to record. What we're going to do is we're just going to start this thing up. So now I'm just going to line these up here. I think we need to go from this one here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I think. So I'll take all of the inputs, and remember, because it's a right shift, you won't be needing this one on the end. Okay, so I've got our inputs ready. And I'm just going to put the torches on and then line up where they're going to go underneath here. So remember, it's a right shift, so we don't power this line and we do power this one. So I'm going to do it like this. Now remember, your torches don't always have to go on the side of a block, like most of these. Side of a block, these ones are on the side, these ones are on the front, see? These ones are on the side, these ones are on the side. So really it doesn't matter what you do, it just kind of depends where you are in the pattern. Okay, so we have to bring this one out like this, and I'm going to go ahead and create this triangle and then crisscross it up like so. Now it doesn't matter if you do dust first or repeater first, it doesn't actually matter at all. Okay, crisscrossed. So remember, we do 5 steps down and the 5th one's too long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's too long. Well, that's the old design. The new one is actually 4 long, so you can go ahead and put that in. Okay, so there's the steps, and then we're just going to crisscross them up. Okay, there we go. We've given it chicken pox. And now we just need to knock out these blocks. And now comes the repeaters. Or should I say, here come the repeaters. And then on the end of here is obviously where we put our torches. Crisscross of the blocks. And then we need to catch the signal from the torches down here, and then the pattern begins once again. Repeater dust, repeater dust. So remember, you have 2 blocks worth 2x7 blocks here that are over the top of a signal prohibitor, so bear that in mind. And make sure you put all of your redstone in the right places and the torches underneath. So by that I mean coming down here and going ding, and then you can make your prohibitor. Basically you're doing the exact same thing as last episode, very easy, but the only thing that is changing is this line here. So as long as you have what I have here, then you're done. Now yes, some of you may have pointed it out, I have done an extra step. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to have to quickly change that. Try not to make that mistake. Just a silly little mistake that I made. I'm going to quickly, well, you know what? Hold on. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! There you go. That is completely raised by 1. And there's definitely no evidence of it down here. Hold on. Oh. There we go. Okay, that's that. Now we're in the same position. And all we obviously have to do now is to, instead of triple repeatering these, make them double. So that's what they are here. I don't know what made... Well, hold on. Okay, so this one has turned out a little bit different to the top of here, and that is because here we decided to use double repeaters for some reason. Well, I decided doubles and singles, but on this one it's a lot more equal because there's 2 on each, and then they go down here to another 2 on each. It does give us a little bit of extra room as well, so if you want to just run them into there like that, this will be where the repeaters come out. And you want to crisscross this part here as well. And then remember, you have to make dust like that. So I'm going to do mine like that without a row there. So just like that, simple and easy. And I mean, that should be that done, unless I've made a silly mistake, which is always possible. But I'm just going to put a 4 in like that, and then we'll go hit the right shift and see what happens. I had just realised that I haven't quite finished my inhibitor, so I'm going to do that very quickly, and also add in the reset line. My reset line isn't long enough, look. Okay, so there's the inhibitor done and the reset line in there. I do, however, need to make sure that this can reach. So that should reach. Yep, it does. Now, if we put a 4 in, hold on. I can just go ahead and put 4 in quickly. We should have a 4 come along here any second. Yep, here's the 4. And it'll go down here so that we can press that and send along a 2. Ready? 2. Perfect. That means that the right shift is done as well. So we have left and right shift completed. Now, it's very sad that I have to say this, but we're running out of things to do. I mean, this series is very old now. It's over a year old, and that's how long it's taken for me to record and do all of this. And I mean, I must have started this one over 2 years ago when I started watching the tutorial for it, and then obviously the tutorials stopped and they didn't come out anymore. So that's when I took it upon myself to do all of these upgrades to the thing. All of these, all of this, all of these wires, and these different input lines here. All of this along here. The left shift and the right shift. The third memory cell. That's when I took all of them things that I've just said then. They're the upgrades that I've done to this thing. And then took it upon myself to redo the tutorial itself and make it a lot easier to follow and stuff like that. But eventually this will come to a close, and that is when I'll start my advanced GPU tutorial, something along the lines of this. Now, I mean, if you're liking what you're seeing here, you're seeing a very advanced computer compared to what we've made before. Now, admittedly, I have given in a little bit, and this is a memory cell, and this is a memory cell also. This is memory cell 1 and memory cell 2, But actually we have memory cell 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 in this big block up here. And also down here we have a secondary memory cell 1 and 2 going into a adder. So you know our big red section, that's all in there. So that's kind of how advanced and compact things can get. But I mean, this is for the future. We will get onto stuff like this eventually. But for now, that's the right shift and left shift done. We'll do probably some control panel connections soon in the next episode, maybe, if I don't find anything else that we can do. And I'm kind of sorry to say it, but we will be burning this one down very soon. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I've really wanted to just cause a big fire and have this whole thing burnt down. And I haven't really had the guts to do it. But as soon as this one is completely finished and there's nothing more that we can do to it, I probably will burn this down. And you know what's going to go in its spot? Yep, you guessed it. The advanced GPU is going to go right in this guy's spot. So the legend will live on. And I also will keep the control panel because I really do like this control panel. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. So I probably will keep it. There's a few adjustments that I'll have to do to it. I'll have to make this screen a lot wider. But I'll keep it generally the same. Because actually there's nothing wrong with these controls. And there's nothing wrong with any of these controls. They're all completely fine. But anyway, before I talk too much, of course, my name is Griggzy, and I will see you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye.